Hi everyone, and welcome to episode 26 of Cardano Ecosystem News. My name's Timmy, and we have a really interesting show for you today. It's going to be a bit of a mixed bag. We're going to start the first half of the show with a big story on SundaeSwap's launch. It's happening in just a few hours. In fact, by the time you watch this video, SundaeSwap may have launched. If not, they're probably just a few hours away. And we want to tell you what we think is going to happen. And it's going to be tough. We think the Cardano network is going to maybe slow down a little bit. We're going to probably reach 100% load. But we have a lot of news to share with you in the first half of the episode about a bunch of updates that are coming from the Cardano development team, from Input Output Global. And there's like 11 different ways that they're scaling Cardano this year. And some things are coming in just a few weeks. Actually, there's a big hard fork, a big update in February. We'll tell you what's coming, and we'll tell you why, in my opinion, we're all going to make it. It's going to be okay. And with great things come a little bit of pain, a little bit of sweat. And so that's what tomorrow is. Tomorrow and the next 2 weeks are going to be tough. We'll probably get a lot of hate, fear, uncertainty, and doubt. But we want to equip you with the information you need to help inform others that it's going to be okay. So that's the first half of the episode. The second half, though, is really, really good. We have two projects to share with you today. I think you're really going to want to check out both of them. The first one is ADApes Society. It hasn't minted yet, but it might be one of the most visually beautiful projects I have seen on Cardano. It's very early. I'm getting it on your radar. I don't think anyone has been talking about ADApes Society, but it's the most beautifully painted kind of style. You got to see it. That's on the second half of the episode. And then we're going to wrap up with a deep look at Gizmoe. Now, the Gizmoe handheld project has been, it's been around and it's been talked about on Twitter, but not so much on YouTube yet. And it's one of the most interesting and fun projects I've seen so far in the Cardano NFT space. And their mint is happening on Tuesday. January 25th, there's going to be a mint for the Gizmoe project, and we think we might have a sneak peek in our video today. I was talking to one of the project founders. There's two founders. I was chatting with one of them, and he shared with me a preview of what it's going to look like later on, one of the test devices. You're going to want to check it out. That's in the second half of the episode today. So lots to get through. There's a lot of information. It's going to be a fun episode. Make sure to watch the two projects at the end. I think you're going to like it. That's the plan for today, and so I'll see you on the flip side. Remember to like and subscribe so I don't die. All right. Well, the first half of our episode today is a very, very important one. And I want to use it as a kind of a notice, a kind of a warning, but also a preparation for what's about to happen to all of us in the next few hours. It's something really good. It's something we've been waiting for. But, all good things come with a little bit of pain, a little bit of effort, a little bit of sweat and tears. And that's what we can expect starting tomorrow. And so we're going to come out on the other side. We're all going to make it. And the first half of the episode today is to tell you how we're going to get there. It's to give all of us confidence that we will get there, and to equip all of us with the information we need to inform people who may have doubts, who may have anxieties over whether we will get there. And what I'm talking about is the SundaeSwap launch happening in just a few hours from now. In fact, when you're watching this video, it may have already happened. In just a few hours, this decentralized exchange, this DEX called SundaeSwap, is about to launch. And now this is a very big Cardano DApp, decentralized application. Many people have been waiting for this one. In fact, SundaeSwap Labs has 250,000 followers. They have 276,000 followers on Twitter. Many people are looking forward to this, and many people are going to try and use it. And the question is, what is that going to do to the Cardano network? We remember 4 or 5 years ago when Bitcoin crawled to a halt, where it would take 1 or 2 days to complete some transactions, very, very slow. We've seen Ethereum do the same thing, get totally slowed down, and fees costing, thousands of dollars to do a single transaction, just totally nuts. So we've seen this on other blockchains. In fact, there's another one, Solana, where I think 3 times last year they had to shut down the whole network. Like the whole thing just shut down. Solana did. So now it's our turn. And the big question is, how is Cardano going to respond? And I think it's going to be bad. I think this is our first time where we can expect to see a lot of lag, a lot of transactions not going through. And the SundaeSwap launch can affect other transactions. And so if you're trying to trade NFTs, or you're trying to do other things on the Cardano blockchain, you're trying to change your stake pool, or you're trying to create a new wallet, you might see some weird performance, some weird bugs. But we'll tell you what the plan is coming out of it. And so why do I think this might be a problem? Well, SundaeSwap hasn't launched yet, and we're already seeing 93% loads. You see it's in the red text here. We're already seeing just so many apps and NFTs being traded, so much activity on the Cardano blockchain, even before this DApp launches, even before SundaeSwap launches in a few hours. So when they launch, I expect this to get up to pretty close to 100, maybe even right at 100. And so when that happens, we're going to start to see a lot of transactions taking a little bit longer or potentially failing altogether. Now, the good news is when a Cardano transaction fails, you're not charged the fee. And so if you've used Ethereum before, you're going to be very happy to hear this. In Ethereum, if you try and do some kind of transaction, some kind of trade, and it fails, Ethereum keeps your fee, okay? The Ethereum miners, or Vitalik, I'm not sure who gets it. I think it's the miners. They just keep your money and say, oh, sorry, we failed your transaction, but we're going to keep your money. Try it again. Hopefully it passes. Otherwise, we'll keep your money again, third time lucky. That doesn't happen on Cardano. In Cardano, if it fails, you get all your fees back. So you haven't really lost anything except for that transaction not going through. You have to try it again, but you can try it again with no cost, no financial cost. It doesn't cost you ADA. There's no fee if it fails. And so that's an important thing to know. If you get frustrated, just realize, compared to other blockchains like Ethereum, it's much better because the other blockchains are keeping your fee. And so you've just totally lost that money and your transaction hasn't gone through. So that's the first thing I want you to know. If you see some weird transaction stuff, don't worry, you're going to get your fee back. As well, SundaeSwap has said, when you're using their application, it might even take more than a few minutes to do your transactions. It might even take a few hours. They said in the first couple of days, it could even take a few days to do a swap, right? Which is a bit crazy, but it's just because we think there's going to be so many people using this. But what SundaeSwap has said is if you do a swap using SundaeSwap and it's not working, it's taking like a few hours, they've said it eventually will get done. So if you just want to wait, you might have to wait a couple hours or wait a few days. It eventually will get done. They haven't lost it. However, if you don't want to wait, then you can cancel it and nothing will have been processed yet. And so if you're going to try out SundaeSwap tomorrow or in the next few days and you do a swap and it's taking a few hours and you want to just hit cancel, you can do that. There's no cost to you. Feel free to do so. But they have said, no transactions are going missing here. They're just going to be added to this huge queue of probably thousands and hundreds of thousands of transactions. You're going to be in that list somewhere. So if you wait, they promise that it'll get done. But if you don't want to wait, you can just hit that cancel button. No harm, no foul, no penalties paid, no fees paid. Welcome to Cardano, where things make sense. So we do think there's going to be a lot of traffic and a lot of congestion. Now, what is our solution to get out of this? Well, this has been on the minds of Cardano for a long, long time. In fact, when this channel first launched in early November, and one of our early videos, our second or third video, was all about this November blog from, I guess, 2 months ago now, November 21st. 2 months ago, they released this blog, IOG did, who are the main company building Cardano right now. And in this blog article, they walk through how they're going to be increasing the performance, improving the performance of the Cardano network. And they talked about adjusting parameters. And in November, they adjusted two parameters. They adjusted the block size. So they increased the size of blocks by 8 kilobytes to 72. So it was 64 kilobytes. They made it 72 kilobytes, which is a 12.5% increase. Okay, so a couple months ago, they increased the block size 12.5%, which helps us get 12.5% more transactions in each block. So you could consider that a 12.5% increase, roughly, of the network. Now, they also did a 12.5% increase in terms of the amount of memory Plutus scripts can use per transaction. And so that means we can have a little bit more complex Plutus scripts. We can do a little bit more stuff with the Plutus scripts. And potentially that can help with congestion as well. But it's really the block size increase that was the big improvement in November. Now, that's not all that they have done, though. They also released another blog article talking about what they did a couple weeks ago. A couple weeks ago, they released a new version of Cardano. It was like mostly for the stake pool operators. You might not have noticed, but it was Cardano version 1.33.0. This was released in early January, and it included a couple really important performance increases. One was they improved how Cardano uses memory. Okay, it's called RAM, random access memory. They improved that, and they improved it in a couple ways. They improved the way it does UTXO handling, the way it does the stake distribution, and as well as the calculation, how they calculate how many stake rewards should go to each person. That was improved in a big way during this 1.33 update 2 weeks ago. There's a bunch of other efficiency upgrade that they made. In addition to the message ones, there's a bunch of efficiency stuff. They changed the way they calculate the rewards from what's called a column major to a row major. It's very technical, but basically, it just made the calculation much faster, which reduces congestion towards the end of the epochs. So Cardano has 5-day epochs, and we've always noticed it being pretty slow when the epoch changes. And so now the things will be spread out a little bit better, and we shouldn't see that congestion right when the epochs switch over. So that's really good news. They've also talked about bigger changes that they're going to be doing. And one of those is pipelining. And in fact, we learned a little bit about pipelining earlier, a couple days ago, indeed, when we saw this graphic here. And this graphic actually talks about 11 ways to improve Cardano performance. And so all these ones in blue here are like network parameter tunings, small tunings to what we have right now, small improvements to make the current Cardano network, the current Cardano engine, run a little bit better. And then down here, these red ones are much bigger things that are coming that will increase Cardano performance 10x, 100x, even 1000x. And so there's a whole bunch of stuff that's coming in these two categories. Some are very like small changes that will actually potentially have big effect, and other ones are big changes which will certainly have big effect. And to give more context on these, I'll point you to this blog article from IOHK. This was on January 13th, and they released their whole plan for 2022. How Cardano is going to scale and increase performance in 2022. And in this article, they described each of the points that you see on here, right? So he's got block size increases, pipelining, input endorsers. And if you go to this January article, you'll see block size increases, pipelining, input endorsers. And so this is just a very nice visual representation here that explains what it is. And so you can take a look. There's so many things that the Cardano team and community are doing. I've talked about increasing the block size, pipelining, input endorsers, having more efficient memory for Plutus and for transactions, having better scripts, better SDKs, better APIs, making better use of on-disk storage. So the more we can use the disk, the less we need to hold in memory, which is great. And then also just other improvements to how the node does the calculations. And so, there's a bunch of code and calculations running in order to determine who should get which staking rewards all the time. And so they can continue to tune that algorithm and do things there, which will lower congestion. And so that's a selection of seven different things they can do on the top. But then there's a bunch of stuff on the bottom that are going to be much, much bigger. Okay, a big one that we're waiting for is Hydra. Hydra will allow us to do off-chain transactions. So you can have a whole bunch of servers doing transactions that then get merged into the main Cardano blockchain. And so this could help us do millions and millions of transactions via Hydra. We can have side chains. In fact, we know that DC Spark is working on Milkomeda, which is a side chain to give us Ethereum EVM compatibility with Cardano. And so if apps are using Milkomeda, they'll be doing transactions there. And then IOG is also working on their own called Mamba. And so these side chains will allow us to do tons and tons of blockchain and crypto outside of the Cardano main blockchain, but that can be merged in and interoperable with Cardano. And so there's a bunch of other stuff. Mithril is another big one that's coming out later this year. The idea here is to have better syncing, which will give us better scalability in general. It's kind of like a leveraged effect. And so that's called Mithril. And then I talked about more off-chain stuff just to help lower congestion. And so if you add all of these up, there's 7 and 4, there's 11 major themes here for how we're going to scale Cardano throughout 2022. This is all the plan for 2022. You can see it in this article here from Tim Harrison, the marketing director for IOG. And yeah, this is all about 2022. And so if you're curious what each of these things are, there's a few sentences around them, all of the different things they're going to be doing. One of the big Plutus script enhancements is actually reference inputs. This is going to be huge, and reference scripts. So instead of including the whole smart contract, the whole script in the blockchain for every transaction, for every block, they can just reference it somewhere else. And so they can just have like a URL, like a link, which says, go here and find the code, which will free up tons and tons of space, reducing congestion and improving throughput. So CIP 0033 is one that we're really, really looking forward to, as well as these other ones. 31, 32, and 33 are all going to be huge. But this article talks about all the different things coming: node enhancements, Hydra, Mithril. It's all here. If you want to get some, a better explanation than I'm doing right now, what I want to do is just let you know things are coming. A lot of things are coming to improve the Cardano network over the next few weeks and months and throughout 2022. And they're coming all the time. Cardano seems to be doing node improvements every 4 to 6 weeks. They're releasing nodes. And then they do hard forks 3 times a year. There's going to be a big hard fork in February with a ton of improvements. And then I think they're looking at another one, I believe, in August and October. So I believe those are the 3. There's definitely 3 this year. And I think right now it's February, August, and October. But we'll see. But in between those 3 big releases, there's new releases happening, like mostly on a 5 or 6 week schedule right now. So every month you're going to see improvements to Cardano. So the big message here is, in the next few days you're going to see some load, and you're going to see some delays, maybe even some failed transactions. But we think over the next week or 2 it should start to even out. And then meanwhile, Cardano and IOG have a lot of stuff coming to make it better. Now, while we're here, I do want to point you guys out to the person who uploaded this image. His name is Ed in Altcoins, and the Twitter handle is @EdInStuff. And I just want to say, I've noticed Ed over the last couple of weeks posting a ton of really, really good content. He says he's a crypto researcher and investor, but he's been, uploading tons of stuff about Cardano, which I think is just bang on. He's got some stuff around Veritree here. He shared this other stuff, that I just showed you from IOG, but just tons of good stuff. He shares info from Masari, who is they do a lot of blockchain analytics and reports. And so if you're interested in this stuff, check out Ed and Altcoins @EdInStuff. Big shout out to him. Big thank you for everything he's been doing for the community. One other thing I saw that he posted a couple days ago, he retweeted this from Lark Davis, that we're going to be seeing a lot more dApps on Cardano soon. And this is an article from Emergo and the Cardano Foundation about this really cool partnership that they're going to be doing to help dApp developers. And if you're not familiar, Cardano was kind of founded with these 3 branches, these 3 arms. There's Input Output Global, which is the company that Charles Hoskinson is the CEO of. But then there's Emergo, which is kind of the commercial, the business-to-business enterprise branch of Cardano, and then the Cardano Foundation, which is kind of the nonprofit branch of Cardano that I think they own the trademarks, they own the protocol, and things like that. And so this article talks about a really, really cool partnership between Cardano Foundation, Emergo, and this company, 5 Binaries. Now, what's amazing is I've used a lot of stuff from 5 Binaries without even knowing who they were. I don't feel like 5 Binaries gets as much recognition or as much spotlight as they deserve. And when I made this connection today by reading this article, it really took me aback. 5 Binaries is quickly becoming one of my favorite companies. They actually developed Blockfrost, right? And so I was checking out their website earlier, and they listed here that they were the developers of Blockfrost. And if you're a developer, you know about Blockfrost. This is an amazing API that a lot of us are using in order to read data on the Cardano blockchain. And we can have web apps, we can have games, we can have all kinds of applications, mobile apps that are able to interact with Cardano because of Blockfrost. Blockfrost is an incredibly useful tool, incredibly useful technology for people who want to use Cardano and develop on Cardano. And that's created by 5 Binaries. I didn't even know. 5 Binaries also helped create some of the back end for Trezor. Now, Trezor is an amazing wallet. It's similar to Ledger. It's a hardware wallet where you can safely store your crypto, including including Cardano ADA. And so that's really, really cool that they actually, it says here, they developed and maintained the backend infrastructure for Treasure. They also created the first stake pool on the incentivized testnet and the second stake pool on mainnet. They also processed the first Shelley mainnet transaction. I mean, this is crazy. They've done so much. The first stake pool on testnet, the second on mainnet, the first transaction. I mean, what these guys are like the Satoshi Nakamoto of the Cardano blockchain. It's totally incredible, and I haven't heard about them until now. They also built the first Oracle solution. So if you're familiar with like Chainlink or some of these other oracles, Charlie 3, they built the first one on Cardano called Nutlink. And then it says here Block Frost API. So this was an announcement from Cardano Foundation and Emergo that they're going to be partnering with 5 Binaries, this legendary development studio, to build a bunch of stuff for Cardano developers. They're going to be building adapters for the blockchain. They're going to be building a blockchain watcher, which can be seen as, they're saying, similar to the PAB. And they're going to be building a bunch of backends. Now, this is particularly exciting. Basically, this partnership is going to allow people that are making games or mobile apps or web apps or maybe IoT, Internet of Things devices, interact with Cardano in a much more powerful way. It's really going to let us do a lot more creative things with Cardano as developers, and it's a beautiful, beautiful story. This is going to yield a lot of fruit for us in the near future. So I wanted to get 5 binaries on your radar. Super, super cool announcement, and once again, I found out about it through Ed and altcoins, and so big props, Ed, for getting this on our radar today. I am absolutely thrilled to have the pleasure of introducing this next project to you. Now, I haven't heard almost anyone. I haven't heard anyone talking about this project. I just discovered it my own self earlier this morning, and it is totally blowing me away. This might be one of the most artistically impressive projects that I have found so far on the Cardano ecosystem, on the Cardano NFT ecosystem. It's absolutely beautiful, and I haven't heard anyone talking about it. I want to get it on your radar. I want to get it on your radar first and early. And just a reminder, no sponsorships, no partnership with this project. I haven't even spoken to the dev team. I actually sent them a message, but I haven't heard back yet. I sent a message earlier today, waiting to hear back. Maybe you guys can jump into their Discord. They've got a link to their Discord here on their Twitter. Jump into their general channel. Let them know Timmy from Cardano Ecosystem News sent you. I'd love to get in touch with them, see if I can find out more information around when they're minting or what their plans are, and maybe even a giveaway. I'd love to give away a few of these beautiful apes maybe to the viewers of Cardano Ecosystem News. Their Twitter feed is at ADApes Society or ADApes. The thing is, there's only one A in the middle, right? They're using the A on ADA to be the A on apes. So heads up on that, because their website is the same thing. And so if you join their Discord, which is linked to from their Twitter, you'll see there's a links channel, and in here there's a link to their website. It'd be great if they add their website here to the Twitter directly, but it's not there yet, which is fine. You can join the Discord and link to it here. It's ADApes.io, ADApes.io, and when you click through, you land here, and boom. How beautiful is this? How beautiful. This is what I'm looking for when I land on a website. Cohesive design. The whole design of the website matches the NFTs, right? The NFTs have this beautiful artistic style to them. You can see down here, this wonderful painted kind of canvas style, and then the main landing of the website, that's what you see. And so much beautiful attention to detail here. In the picture frames here are actual ADA apes. You can actually see some of the NFTs from the project in the picture frames here, which is super, super cool. And then just so much else going on here. Other landscape paintings. I love the ape here on the bottom left, just kind of lounging on the table, right? This ape bust over here. I was looking at this furniture here with some really traditional like picture frames on it. Just totally amazing. Some dude over here on the right. More apes on the right. Look at this ape with a cool metal helmet here over off on the right. Just really beautiful attention to detail. And what else stands to me is the lighting and the colors of this design here. Like, look at the fire. Look at how real that fire looks, like how luminant it is. And this lamp in the middle. This artist, whoever they are, like just has this wonderful interpretation of light, right? You can see it over here. And this light of the lamp and the fire just kind of like burns through the canvas. It feels like it's popping out somehow. Just really, really beautiful work. I absolutely love the art style. Now, if you check on their website, there's a little bit more information. It looks like they're going to be doing 7,000 of these NFTs. Each one will be unique. They have a whole bunch bunch of traits. In fact, some of the unique traits haven't even been announced yet, but you can see some of the variations here on the right. Look how cool this is. One thing I noticed, look at this blue one here. It's coming around again with this cotton shirt. I just love the way the artist captured that cotton feel. Some of them have a suit on, some of them have just their fur. So much going on. A beautiful mix of like traditional things like Roman helmets and sailor hats, but also new things like visors and even I think there's like a VR headset as well. So super, super cool. Absolutely beautiful art style. They have info on their roadmap down here, but I think this is a little bit out of date. I think they haven't minted yet, right? So they say, join us, you're still early. They haven't minted yet, and so I think this might be out of date. I think their mint is still coming up. Then they want to set up a DAO, a decentralized autonomous organization. So us, the community, the people that own these apes or the people that join their Discord, the people that are in the community are going to be able to decide on the future of the project, which is beautiful. It's the Cardano way. They want to have a whole ecosystem. They want to have friends. They want to partner with other projects, have like builders and evangelizers, and they have some pretty big plans. And so they're moving slowly, incrementally, which makes me hopeful that maybe they can execute on their plan. It seems like they put a lot of love into their work. So right now I'm optimistic. They also talk about having merch. You know, I would love to have merch with one of these apes somehow, maybe kind of a hoodie or something, maybe a t-shirt. Just absolutely beautiful artwork. This is the kind of stuff that looks great on merch or in a painting, to be sure. And then they're going to have all kinds of other perks. And so it sounds like they're not just going to release stuff and that's it. They want to have, you know, ongoing utility, ongoing perks for people that own these. There's a couple avatars here of the team. You got Cardman, Congo, and Matassa. Look how cool these are. Congo, I think, is the one I reached out to a couple hours ago. And so if you're listening, Congo, get back to me. I'd love to talk to you. I want to figure out, like, what is your updated roadmap? What is the status of the project? And see if we can maybe let's see if we can give away a couple apes to the Cardano ecosystem news crew. So Congo, I think I might have reached out to Cardman as well. Just really, really cool. Look at that Cardman with the cigar in his mouth. Totally lounging. Beautiful fruit hat. I absolutely love it. And then Matassa here chewing on some wheat, right? Kind of a farmer vibe, but he's got his AirPods, right? I almost didn't notice that a minute ago. The AirPods in the ears. Like, the artist didn't have to do that, right? Didn't have to add the AirPods. It's such a small detail, but he went ahead and did it, or she went ahead and did it. They went ahead and did it, which is just amazing, amazing love for the art itself. And then Congo here in the middle looking like a boss, super boss-like with the top hat and this, you know, this fancy clothing. And look at the different beards as well, too, right? You see how they've got the same clothing, but Cardman's beard is a little bit longer than Congo's, you know, and Congo's got a mustache. And so the more you look at these, the more you realize there's tons of traits, tons of varieties and unique traits to each of them. Really, really cool, really beautiful work. Look at the smoke here. Really interesting. Like, you can imagine he must have taken almost like a crayon or something. It looks like the artist would have taken, well, like a brush certainly to capture that. I wonder how you would have done that in real life. Super, super nice. So it's ADApes Society. I was checking out their Discord, and you'll see here there's a roadmaps channel which talks about their roadmap, but I think this still needs to be updated. But then there's a sneak peeks channel. And let's just take a minute and look at a couple more of these. Look at this one here. Look at this ADApe with the grill, totally balling, the grill and the crown and the AirPods and this kind of zigzag shirt. You know, this is a clear like art style. Like, I really believe like the person who's creating this art must have studied at art school or design school or something. This looks like a proper artist. And, you know, it's just beautiful, beautiful work and attention to detail. Here's another ADApe with, which I think this is the one that looks like it has a VR headset on it. But look at the pattern of this shirt, right? So he's got this kind of purple blotchy style, right? These dark and light blotches, which is totally different than this kind of zigzag style. And so that, you know, the artist didn't have to do that. They just decided, hey, let's see what else I could do. And then the third one is a totally different style. He's like, the artist is like, well, maybe I can do fur. And so like a lazy artist, or like, you know, someone that didn't have as much time might have not had those variations in the torso. But here the artist is like flossing on us. The artist is kind of bragging and saying, hey, look at all the amazing art techniques I can use. This really cool like fur here, this kind of Cookie Monster blue fur design and the matching blue eyes. Super, super cool. Knife in the mouth. We've seen that before, but looks totally good on this ape as well, and the fun hat. But Yeah, let's look at just a couple more. This was one I loved because it's the bubble gum. We've seen that, but this is a prisoner chewing bubble gum. I'm not sure we've seen that, and it's a prisoner chewing bubble gum with a gold Roman hat. Where have we seen that? That's totally nuts. And a VR headset, just because why not? You know, just totally nuts. The variations happening in here. I wonder if there's any meaning to 385. I feel like this artist puts thought and attention to detail and love into every element. I'm curious if there's any meaning to 385. Here's more. Here's a zombie ape. You know, back to the fur design. It looks like this is just a color treatment, I think, on this blue one, right? Let's see. He's got like 3 big swatches at the bottom, and then these kind of 2 there. Let's see if it's the same one. Oh, no, it looks like it's different, actually. So actually, you know, I'm corrected. It looks like the fur itself might be different. And so he's not, you know, the artist isn't just doing a color treatment, right? It looks like it's a totally different fur pattern if I'm looking correctly. Yeah, it is. It's totally different. He's recreated this whole body from scratch again for this NFT. I mean, geez. And this is a zombie one. It looks like the torso's been totally ripped apart and then stitched back together. Not just the torso. It looks like the head's been decapitated, stitched back together. The teeth are super gnarly. No pupils in the eyes. Totally nuts. And then the sombrero to top it all off with this line going through it. I mean, the artist didn't have to do that, you know, just absolutely beautiful. The artist is basically dabbing on it, saying, look at me, I've got the skills. Here's an early concept drawing, another one here. I love this suit too, right? This is different than like the black suit. This is like kind of the C-level executive suit on some of them. But then this guy's like your kind of 9-to-5er, kind of like a salesman, middle manager type of suit. But he's still got a bit of style. He's got this sundial kind of earring here and this totally wild helmet. Just totally amazing stuff. Absolutely beautiful. I love the early drawings, right? You can see the red early outline and then, you know, some shading and coloring, some shadows. Kind of see the process. Wow, this is the one with the blue kind of knitted cotton shirt here I really, really like. But then there's like, what is this? Some kind of a latch? Look at the silver kind of reflection on that metal latch. Absolutely beautiful. And the wood, right? The wood here has this wonderful shine on the blue part, which is really interesting, right? The darker blue is shining more than this bottom wooden part here, which is how it would be in real life. Totally amazing. And the smoke here, this smoke is different than the one I showed you on their website too. I recognize the pattern being different. Super, super cool. Big shout out to the artist here. And look at this one. The artist here, I believe, is certainly a painter, is certainly an artist themselves. Obviously, you know, in this beautiful paintbrush and focus here, the monocle. I just haven't seen anything with this much attention to detail, with this unique style. Look at this, totally unique shirt once again. A totally different, it's not even just a different shirt, it's a different art style. It's a different painting style to create this kind of texture here. You know, it's almost like they're showcasing all of their art skills with each one. And look at a much longer beard here. Just amazing. The farmer one there, this one here. I like this. This is a little bit more of a cohesive design now with the kind of a white toga maybe and a gold vest and then the gold helmet. This is pretty unique. This is pretty cohesive, consistent, which is fun to see as well. Oh, here it is. I think this is my favorite. This guy is totally boss. This is the ADApe I'm going after. Yeah, you can see they're working in Photoshop here, right? Ape Base 07 PSD. And look at how boss this guy is. Big fat cigar, beautiful kind of smoking cigar shirt, right? And then this wonderful crown and this visor. Dude, this is what you want. Holy moly. Absolutely amazing. Big shout out. This, I think, is visually one of the best projects I've seen on Cardano. It's called ADApes Society or ADApes or ADApes. I say that because the middle A is missing, so heads up on that. Check them out at ADApes Society. Check out their Discord. If you're interested, let's have fun. Maybe we could do a friendly raid. Jump into the general channel of their Discord general and let them know Timmy sent you. Timmy from Cardano Ecosystem News, and let's see if I can get in touch with them and get you some info and see if maybe we can do a giveaway or something. I'm just such a big fan of this project. I'd love to talk to them again and talk about them again. But yeah, let's see if we can make that happen. ADApes Society. And finally, this next project is one that I've been waiting to tell you all about for a long time. I try to talk about projects, if I can, when it's close to their mint date. That way it can be very useful to you guys to try and mint or to try and buy it on the secondary market right after minting. And so I've been waiting and waiting, and the day is here. It's happening next Tuesday. Next Tuesday, January 25th at 1 p.m. Eastern Time, you're going to be able to mint the first set of NFTs from the Gizmoe Project. And I'll tell you what that mint is going to be all about in a second. But first, let's just enjoy the beauty of this project and how fun it is. This is another project where their website is super cohesive with the design of the NFTs, right? The NFT is this handheld kind of Game Boy looking handheld game device, right? Takes you way back to your early childhood days when you might have played with the Game Boy or maybe some of these other handhelds. And it's just absolutely beautiful. The colors that they have, look at this pastel sky blue, this really fun kind of, I guess it's hot pink, a little bit of a darker hot pink, but just really beautiful. And the logo, right? Even the word Gizmo, the way they've got their font here and the shadowing of the text here, just super, super beautiful. You can tell I'm not an artist, so I can't describe it as well as I should be, but you can tell there's a lot of love, a lot of attention given into these NFTs, but also the website itself. The website has these really cool angles to it, which is fun, kind of zigzaggy, all these zigzaggy colors around it, just super beautiful. Look at the word when, which is like a fun thing to have here when talking about their roadmap, and it's sideways, right? They didn't have to put that sideways. A project that was maybe trying to very quickly mint and do a cash grab, they wouldn't have put that sideways, right? It's a small thing, but I appreciate the sideways when. So I appreciate all the love, the 404 error here. So starting at the top, though, they've got a link to their Discord. I recommend checking it out. We'll show you some cool sneak peeks from their Discord in a minute. But the plan is for 3,333 of these designer gizmos to be released, these gizmo gadgets. And you can see this is like a space-themed kind of skin on this one here. And then you've got this screen with a globe on it. And so they're created by, the artist's name is your boy Gims. Your boy Gims, or sometimes we call him Gimli, I think is his other name. And then Calm Lock, which is the other kind of founder of the project. Calm does a lot of the, the admin stuff, the marketing stuff, and the art is being created by your boy Gims or Gimli. And so all of these are going to be upgradable. And so they have this really cool roadmap where you're going to be able to get batteries first to put into the device, and then you're going to be able to get the device itself, and then you're going to be able to get something called Gizmojis, which are upgrades. And then if you look in the back of this, as it spins again, there's a cartridge in the back, and so that'll be like another upgrade of cartridges. Look at this. I like this pink one. How beautiful is that? I got to give loves to the blue, though, right, Timmy? I love the blue colors. In most NFTs, the blue just strikes me, and this has got the blue and the pink. You can see how there's different faces on the screen, right? Different kind of faces on them, different kind of personalities. So there's like this pet kind of creature in the screen, and then this beautiful device around it, and batteries and a cartridge on the back. So there's a lot happening, and you can actually find out all that information on their roadmap here on their website. And what's happening on January 25th is the battery upgrade drop. So they're going to be dropping batteries, and then a little bit later they're going to be dropping the actual devices. Now they've got 3,333 devices, but it looks like 333 batteries. So, there's going to be fewer batteries than there are devices, at least as part of this new drop. And what we know is that when you get a device, you're going to be able to send the battery to the team, and they're going to update the metadata on your device. Okay, so that's how this is all going to work. You're going to have this beautiful device, and the metadata will be changing and evolving based on the other things you buy. And so if you have a device and a battery, you can update your metadata that way. Later on, if you have a Gizmoji, or if you have other things like a cartridge that they're talking about, the cartridges will be installed on your device by the team, and that will update the metadata. And now I've been talking to Calm Lock earlier today in order to do some research for this video. And Calm Lock is also an illustrator and a professional tattoo artist. Wow, that's super cool. And he has been giving me a bunch of information today. And I think this is new information that hasn't been revealed. I think it's very limited revealed. I haven't seen it anywhere until Calm, the creator, one of the project founders, showed it to me a few minutes ago. And here it is. it's a pool.pm shot of what the metadata is going to look like. And so this is just a test device here. It's just a flat gray. If you've played Game Boy, you're familiar with this color. But then, this test device has some of the traits listed here. And so you can see one here for batteries. And so if you've managed to purchase one of the 333 batteries, you'll get some kind of an indicator here of that. And then I guess the battery would show up in the design somehow, or I guess it might be behind the case, so you might not see it, but you'll see it in the metadata. Then there's a different background, buttons, the shield, the material, the emote. There's all kinds of traits in the metadata that are going to make yours increasingly rare. But what's really cool is the rarity doesn't come out at the beginning, right? Many other collections, like your NFT, will have its rarity baked into the NFT asset at the very beginning, and it doesn't change, right? That's just the rarity of that NFT from the beginning until the end. But with this interesting concept is that you're going to be able to upgrade your device as it goes. And so some of them will have this battery upgrade, some of them won't. And so the ones with the battery upgrade will be worth more. And so the ones with a battery upgrade and a shield upgrade and a cartridge might be worth a lot more. And so there's going to be this fun kind of game element to it to try and upgrade your Gizmo the way you would like upgrade a pet or like a Tamagotchi or something like that if you've played with those, those toys in the past. And so I love this idea of a Gizmo or a device that's going to be upgrading. I think it's going to make the whole ecosystem really, really fun as people are hunting down batteries and hunting down cartridges, the way we would hunt down game cartridges to upgrade our device. It's just the coolest thing in the world. And so jumping back, I think I want to jump to their Discord. Actually, first, their Twitter. I want to tell you their Twitter is @Gizmoe NFT. Make sure to check that out. Oh, wow, they follow me? That's crazy. That's really, really cool that a project like this would follow me. I'm still a very small channel, right? They've got 2,000 followers. I've only got 500, but well, thank you for following me, guys. But you guys should follow them. It's @Gizmoe NFT. Wow, that's super cool. Oh, that's not cool. At Gizmoe NFT, and then they've got a link to their Discord and their website here. And so if I check out their Discord, go to the announcements channel and you'll see all about the upcoming mint. So the mint is happening January 25th at 1 p.m. Eastern Time. So that's 6 p.m. UTC on Tuesday, this coming Tuesday. And they've got instructions on how to mint. So you'll be able to go to the drop channel. They're only going to be 22 ADA. So they're very, very cheap at 22 ADA, but there's only 333. And so I don't know. I mean, not financial advice, but I think these are going to sell out really, really fast. I mean, I think they're going to sell out really, really fast. I mean, I don't know how else I can say it. But what I'm going to probably try and do is buy some on the secondary market, like right away. Like I might try and mint, but I don't think I'll be able to. But you guys might be able to. Give it a shot. But I'm going to see if I can buy some on CNFT.io or JPEG.store or somewhere after. And because if they're at 22 ADA, they might be selling on the secondary market for 40 ADA, 60 ADA. And for me, I'm happy to pay 60 ADA for one of these, the first drop of this collection. Now, as I mentioned, the first drop is going to be for the batteries. So it's not for a device. It's for one of these batteries here. It's battery pack. So you can see the date there, the 25th of January. It's going to be one of these. Wow, look at the cool animation there. So it's a 2-pack of AA batteries. Let's see if I can pause it right there. There. So that's what this drop is going to be. 333 of these lithium max batteries. And then the device drop will come later. And so if you get one of these batteries now, you'll be able to insert it into your device a little bit later. So that's January 25th. This is a really cool project. I think, they're going to be around for a long time. I think you're going to want to check it out. I was checking out some of the sneak peeks for the actual devices. You can see this in their Discord as well. And look at this one. Look at this one Gimli did for Christmas. Wow. I don't know what it is. This reminds me of Nitties. The Crypto Nitties project, which is now called Nitties, has this really cool knitting style, and they've captured it here as well. I mean, the ADApes that I showed you earlier in this video had a different version, but this one looks totally real, and you can imagine having this knitted cover over your gaming device. Of course. Just beautiful. And look at this bell here as well. Really amazing. And of course, the starry background, or the snowy, I think it's a snowy background. Really, really nice work by your boy Gims. A nice one here with an electric kind of yellow lightning design. Wow, that looks super upgraded, right? And so you can imagine that maybe being an upgrade that you can install on your device. Nicolas Cage, I think that's just a joke. This is just showing them a way to skin your gizmos, but that's not actually part of the collection. So there's a battery design there again, I think maybe without the text. Let's take a look. Yeah, look at the shine on the gizmo. Look at that. Really, really cool. Let's pause it on the back, actually. There was some cool stuff there. Let's take a look. Okay. Copyright Gizmoe Corporation, and then a link to gizmo.io. Very good. Okay, they didn't mess that up. Really good job. Recyclable. And of course, the Cardano logo. Wow, I'm so glad I looked at the back and found that. Love the Cardano logo there. Great job, guys. 2-pack. Look at this. It looks like there's a scratch on this too, right? You guys see that? There's a scratch over this number 2. There's a scratch coming up here. There's a scratch here. These scratches are what's giving it all that detail. Really nice touch. Let's see if we can keep an eye on the scratches as it turns here. Yeah, you see it? Beautiful. Really, really nice work. So that's the battery design. You can see some 3D mock-ups of the batteries here. This is a meme. I think this is just a joke, the when on the screen. But I love this hot pink. It looks real, right? The reflection? Wow. There were some other really cool ones I saw in here. Yeah, this is a tribute. This is a super rare one. It's going to be a one-off, of course, for Yummy, the Yummy Universe NFT project. Look at that. Wow, look at the chrome. Like it feels kind of like a metallic chrome texture on those buttons. Yeah. Just beautiful. Different yummies, right? Hearts, hamburgers, cheeseburgers, the whole thing. And then, of course, the yummy on the screen. Wow. Who wouldn't want an NFT like this? It's totally different. Guys, I think this project is not financial advice, but I think this project is going to do well. I'm going to try and get some of these. I just love the style. The further you go up, you can see some of their earliest concept work, right? How cool is that to see the evolution of the art? Here's early concepts with different color schemes, right? You can see all the different color schemes here, how they're making sure they're balanced. Really nice work. You know, this is proper art. So really good job by your boy. I understand your boy Gims used to work at a AAA game studio, and Com Locke himself is an illustrator. You know, so they're both artists, right? Let's be clear. They're both artists. Both have, you know, amazing talent. And then I found this. This was sent to me, actually. And it's just other work that was done by your boy Gims. I love that name, your boy Gims. Gimli. Gimli is the artist that created all of the gizmos. And just look at this. Look at the beautiful tattoo work. You know, I know Com is a tattoo artist, so wonder what he thinks of that. That's really cool with the fangs there. But really nice work. And I was checking out Gimli's ArtStation page. He's got really cool like hair textures on this Petra model he did. You can see some of the eyebrows here too. But if you find his ArtStation page, you'll see there's a lot of really cool work there. Just a proper, you know, a proper 3D artist here. It's a totally different league of work. And so ADApes that I showed you today is mostly 2D art, a very beautiful painted style. And then here you've got like a really wonderful 3D art style, but then some 2D stuff happening on the screen. Just totally nuts. I love how these two projects are both very, very high quality. And I think I want to see if like we can do giveaways. I want to start doing giveaways, you know, maybe once a month, maybe twice a month on special giveaway episodes, maybe to give back. I want to try and, you know, if I can give NFTs to the people that are watching the channel, you know, you guys can you know, see profits hopefully. And if it's free, like there's no harm done. And so for you. And so I want to see maybe one day we can do a giveaway with Gizmoe. Go ahead and jump in their Discord if you want. Let them know that you came from Cardano Ecosystem News. If you want, you don't have to. I'm already, I was chatting with Com Locke early today. Very, very friendly person. So yeah, Gizmoe Project, Tuesday, January 25th. I hope you like it. And so that's our show today. We showed you the Gizmoe Project. We showed you ADApes, ADApes.io, beautiful ape project. And then at the beginning, we shared with you how Cardano is going to continually upgrade their performance. The network is going to get better. It's going to be rough for the next couple days. It's going to be rough for the next couple weeks, but things are going to get better. And we got a lot of network improvements happening on Cardano. They're coming later this year. And so even in the spring, there's going to be a bunch of stuff coming. In February, there's going to be a bunch of stuff coming. And so don't worry. Stick with us. We're going to make it. We hope you have an amazing week. And we hope you like this episode. Thank you for watching. Meow.